Hello, guys. This is me going over your questions for the USA. Only 12 questions. I'll be reading them. I'll probably not explain too much. I hope you watched the video yesterday where I told you how to do some of them. So let's get started. Question number one. Melanie's fruit punch recipe calls for 6 cups of apple juice for every 3 cups of carrot juice. So you have 6 cups of apple juice. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cups of apple juice. And for every 6 cups of apple juice, you have 3 cups of carrot juice. Disgusting. Now here's the question. How many cups of carrot juice are used for each cup of apple juice? Okay, so they want to know with one, now the ratio is this, 6 to 3. Or you could even simplify that and say for every 2 cups of apple juice, you have 1 cup of carrot juice. But they want to know for 1 cup of apple juice, how many cups of carrot juice will there be? And here's your hint, it's a decimal, okay? It will be a decimal. So think about that. Figure it out. This is a unit rate. So I would suggest you divide. Okay, it's either going to be 6 divided by 3 or 3 divided by 6. So whichever one of those gives you a decimal will be your answer. Number 2. An employee at a gift shop earns $72 for working 9 hours. At this hourly rate, so to get the hourly rate, all you have to do is divide these two numbers, okay? Divide those two numbers and you're going to get your hourly rate. At this hourly rate, what should the employee earn for a 40-hour work week? Okay? So take these two numbers, divide. That's going to give you your hourly rate. And then you just multiply that times 40 and you're going to find out how much they make for 40 hours. You could also set up a proportion and solve this. And for that one, this would go in your first fraction. This would go in your second fraction. It would look like this. $72 for 9 hours of work would mean in 40 hours, how much money do you make? That's another way you can do it if you want. That's a question mark. And the answers are A, $8, $48, $121, or $320. Number 3. Karis is making necklaces to sell at a local craft fair. She makes the necklaces by hand, so she uses a table to determine how many beads to make for the necklaces. So, based on this table, every necklace requires 8 beads. Look, 2 times 8, 3 times 8, 4 times 8. So the question is, what number of beads will go right here to complete the table? 8, 48, 56, or 72? All of you should be able to get this one right. Take your time, and then go on to the next one. Number 4. The ratio of toy cars to toy airplanes in Drew's collection is 5 to 2. 5 to 2. Which statements are true? Select all that apply. This is plural, and here's a hint. There are 3 correct answers. So, which statements are true? For every 5 toys, 2 are cars. Now, how many toys, if the ratio of toy cars, 5 toy cars to 2 toy airplanes, if that's the ratio, let me ask you this, how many total toys are there? How many total toys? You find that answer, this can make this a lot easier to do. So the total number of toys should be obvious. That will help you a lot. Anyway, A is for every 5 toys, 2 are cars. B, for every 5 toys, 2 are airplanes. C, For every 7 toys, there are 5 toy cars. D, for every 7 toys, there are 2 toy airplanes. E, for every 5 toy cars, there are 2 toy airplanes. 3 of those are correct. Find out the 3. Good luck. Next. Number 5. Jonas and Marisol were the only candidates for 6th grade class president. Jonas received 60 votes and Marisol received 90 votes. Of the 90 votes cast for Marisol, 40% were girls. How many girls voted for Marisol? 36, 60, 90, or 150? So, find that out. And here is a hint. This should actually make it pretty easy. 50% is half of something, right? So, what's 50% of 90? Find that out. And then, whatever answer you get, well then 40% is going to be even less than that. Because 40% is less than 50%. So, technically, you need to find 40% of this number. And we did that last week in preparation for the test. You can set up a proportion, or you can make this a decimal and multiply it. But the way that I said it first, with the 50%, that's another way you could find the answer, because there's only one answer if you do it the first way that's going to make sense. Next. Number 6. Jessica has driven exactly 90% of the distance to her friend's home. Which statement about this trip could be true? A. Jessica has driven exactly 40 miles out of a total of 360 miles. B. Jessica has driven exactly 270 miles out of a total of 360 miles. C. Jessica has driven exactly 360 miles out of a total of 400 miles. D. Jessica has driven exactly 396 miles out of a total of 400 miles. And remember, 100% of something is everything. So 100% of 360 miles is 360 miles. And what that means is 90% is going to be just a little bit less than 360 miles. Okay? I said that wrong. Dadgummit, I apologize. I think I even did that wrong yesterday on the video. Yeah. So, the trip is either this many miles or it's this many miles. So which one of these numbers is 90%? Is this 90% of this? Or is this 90% of this? Or is this 90% of this? Or is this 90% of this? Which one of those is the right 90% form? Number 7. Nicola used 25% of the milk she collected from her goats this morning to make cheese. If she has 8.4 quarts of milk left over, how many quarts of milk did she collect this morning? 2.1, 6.3, 11.2, 33.6. Now, there's only one answer that actually makes sense if you think about the amounts. If she used 25%, actually, I might have missed this one wrong as well yesterday. She used 25% of the milk she collected. Oh, so I did miss this one. Dadgummit, I actually told my students the wrong thing yesterday. Oh well. So, quarts are 1/4, okay? So divide them up into 4 sections. These are 25% each. How many quarters make $1? 4. So I have 4 sections. Now, she used 25% of the milk she collected from their goats this morning to make cheese, and she has 8.4 left over. So this is how much she has left. So this is actually 75%. So I set it up wrong yesterday. So this is 75% because 25 plus 25 plus 25 is 75. Then I think you need to find out this. How many quarts of milk did she collect? No, I'm wrong. You need to find this out. How much did she use? And then you're going to add that to this number, and that's how much she collected total. Or, and the easier way is 25% of what? She has 8.4 quarts. No, I can't even do it that way. So, this way is probably going to be the easiest. Honestly, I would take this, I would divide it by 3, and whatever you get is going to be that amount, and then I'll just add it to 8.4. Yeah, I definitely messed that up yesterday, and I'm sorry. Number 8. Of the seeds Quincy planted in his tomato garden, 75% grew into mature plants. If Quincy has 39 tomato plants, how many seeds did he plant? So you're going to have to solve that and then just write and then put your answer down. And for this one, I'm pretty sure yesterday I got it right. 75% of the plants grew into 39. So he started with how many? So 39 out of how many did he start with is 75%. Yep, that's going to be the formula. And remember, when you set this proportion up, whatever comes after of goes here. There's your 100. And use this. Plug it in there, and that should give you the answer. Number 9. Tyler keeps red and blue marbles in the jar below. For each box, choose the... Okay, so let me go... Yeah, that's enough. For each box, choose the letter before the number that makes the statement correct. Okay, so it says Tyler adds how many red marbles and how many blue marbles to the jar to create a ratio of red marbles to blue marbles of 4 to 15. So think of it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 blue marbles right now. There is 1 red marble. Now, he's making a ratio, and the ratio is going to be of red. See how red comes first? So, he's going to end up with 4 red. And you see how it says 2 blue marbles? So, that 2 means that symbol right there. That's the colon. And then there's 15 blue marbles. So they just want to know how many blue marbles. No, let's start with the red first. Because look, that's first here. How many red marbles do you need to add to make 4? And how many blue marbles do you need to add to make 15? If you start with 1 red and 8 blue. That should definitely make it easy for you to do. Oh, I'm going crazy! Oh my god, I'm going crazy! I can't hold you. Okay, number 10. I don't know what that was. At a pizzeria, the ratio of pizzas topped with meat to pizzas topped with vegetables, gross, was 4 to 3 on Saturday. The pizzeria made a total of 84 pizzas that day. How many of those pizzas were topped with vegetables? So that's the question. Is it 12, 36, 48, or 63? So you're going to take this ratio, 4 meat to 3 vegetable, and whichever proportion you use, they want to know how many of those pizzas were topped with vegetables. So, if the answer is 63 vegetables, then whatever this number is, after you solve, they're both going to add up to be 84. And if that's too high, then you try 48. So how would you get, then you could, whatever answer you get here, you add them up and it will equal 84. So if that's too high, then do 36 veggies. And for example, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here's one way you can do this. This is not the answer. But if it was, you see how 3 times 4 is going to equal 12? Well, do 4 times 4, you get 16. That means if there's 12 veggies, there's 16 meat pizzas. Now, do these two add up to be 84? No, they add up to be 28. So this is way too small. And if you're not comfortable doing it that way, that's definitely okay. All you need to do is cross multiply and divide by that number, and you still get the same thing, because there's 2 ways to do this. So, there's actually another way to do this, but I'm not going to say it because I've already said enough. Good luck. And 2 more, 11 and 12. Number 11, Alex scored a 75% on his history test if he correctly answered 18 questions. How many questions did he answer incorrectly? Ooh, I think I missed that yesterday. How many questions did he answer incorrectly? So, you can find, is it 4, 6, 14, or 24? So, which one of those is correct? Now, if he correctly, so think of it this way. 18 is 75% of what number? Okay? So, that's going to give you a number. Now, I'm going to tell you a wrong number. Okay? Let's say you do it. Let's say you plug it in. You say, okay, I've got my percent. There's my 100. I don't know my up. I'm going to put 18 here. And then you cross multiply and you solve and you get the answer. Now, the answer is not 20. It's not 20. Don't think it is. But if you get 20, would that be the answer? Let's say E said 20. Would I say, oh, the answer is E? No, because 20 would be the total number of questions. And if he got 18 right out of 20, then how many did he answer incorrectly? The answer would be 2, because I need to subtract. Once you find the total number of questions, you need to subtract that from 18, and that's going to give you the answer. Last but not least, number 12. Shannon jogs 20 miles in 4 hours. If she maintains this constant speed, which graph shows the correct points to represent the situation? Is it graph A? Look at the hours. Now, all these graphs, this part and this part, they're all the same. These are all the same. So you're going to actually have to look at the line and figure out which one of the lines shows 20 miles in 4 hours. Which one shows 20 miles in 4 hours? And here's your hint. Now it says it's a constant rate. So here, that's 20 miles in 4 hours. Here, that's 20 miles in 4 hours, but only one of these graphs has a constant rate of 20 miles for every 4 hours. And you got to figure out which one of those it is. Okay, hope that was helpful.